welcome back to my channel. Now this is going to be a slightly different kind of video because I'm actually going to give you an update on my hospital appointment on Thursday, and I don't usually do kind of like the vloggy stuff sitting up the table, but I have another video to film after this, so I'm just going to film this here. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, where to start? It's been emotional. So I went up the hospital on Thursday morning, and it was kind of just meant to be like a kind of meet your consultant appointment. For those of you that don't know, I didn't have the best sort of labour and birth last time I was pregnant. So with Lysander, it kind of all went really wrong. I ended up having an emergency C-section. I was put to sleep, and it was just very bad. And if they hadn't have acted that quickly, it probably would have gone a completely different way. So what they tend to do is they give me a consultant which overlooks my pregnancy. So while I'm still having a midwife-led pregnancy, I have a consultant as well who basically just deals with all like the kind of important medical side of it, whereas the midwives deal with like the nice stuff. Nathan was meant to be coming with me, but my mum is a teacher, so at the moment she is currently working from home, and she quite happily said, you know, bring the kids over and, you know, I'll watch them. But she had like exams to look over for pretty much the entire day, and I just didn't think it was fair to kind of drop the kids on her while she's trying to work, because they are a handful. So because it wasn't going to be it wasn't going to be a big appointment, so I kind of just said to Nate, it's fine, like it's just a meet the consultant appointment, we had it before, I'll go, it's not even going to take me that long, and then I'll just kind of fill you in when I get back. So that's what happened. And I got up the hospital, and I had to wait for about an hour because they were really busy. And when I got into my appointment, the consultant was lovely, like she was really nice, but I think she kind of had in her head how she wanted the conversation to go and didn't really kind of consider what I would think. And also I don't think she'd read through my notes before I came in either. Now when I had my booking appointment with the midwives, I kind of discussed with them that I don't like a lot of kind of medical intervention when I'm having my babies. Like, I like everything to be as natural as possible. I kind of wanted that last time. It didn't happen. I understand why it didn't happen, and I'm not angry about it. It was just very sad. But I kind of just like to do things as naturally as possible because that's how it's meant to happen. I will never ever judge anyone for their kind of birthing choices or their birth plans or whatever, because everyone's different. But for me, I don't like kind of loads of drugs. I don't like medical intervention. I don't like being strapped to stuff. I kind of like it just to be as natural as possible, and the only kind of medication that I will use is gas and air if I need it. So we kind of discussed that. Now the midwives only saw me like a year and a half ago, so they know I'm put in the same team as I was of midwives with Lysander, so they know what I'm like, they know what I want. They were just double checking that kind of like I wanted the same thing. So it's all in my notes, it's been written in my notes, and I just don't think the consultant had read it or had chance to read it before I went in, because literally I've been sitting there 5 minutes, she kind of checked my details, and then she was like, right, so this one's going to be a planned C-section, and everything stopped. Literally my heart just jumped out of my chest, and I knew from that moment it was going to be a conversation which I really shouldn't have gone into by myself, and I really wished that I'd brought Nathan with me. I will never ever judge anyone. Like I said, I will never judge anyone for choosing a planned C-section, but for me, that's not just an adjustment on what I want, it couldn't be further opposite to what I want when I'm having this baby. And kind of, whereas she'd come into it thinking that it wasn't going to be a problem, I'd come into it thinking that we'd already discussed this and we were just going to talk about how to go forward with what we'd already discussed. So yeah, it took me back. And I sort of turned around to her and I was like, no, that's not right. Like, I'm not having another C-section. Like, I've already discussed this with the midwife. I'm having a natural birth. And she kind of just explained to me, she's like, you know, we'd like to do a planned C-section because you've had 2 emergency C-sections before, one being 11 years ago with my oldest and one being 1.5 years ago with Lysander. They're concerned about like the small risk of my scar rupturing, or there being extra problems with this child, or me basically having issues again while I'm in labour. And I kind of had to sit there and kind of defend myself, kind of fight my corner. Now I know there are going to be a lot of you out there watching this that are kind of shouting at me right now and saying, you know, don't be stupid, take the doctor's advice, have the planned C-section. At the end of the day, you don't have to push the baby out, you know, you'll just get it taken out and boom, done. It's not like that for me. With Lysander, I ended up with PTSD after my birthing experience with him, and for me to choose having a C-section after everything that I went through before just isn't feasible for me. So basically, long story short, we didn't come to an agreement. She went and spoke to another one of her colleagues who's also a consultant, and they said the same thing, that they want me to have a planned C-section, and I said the same thing, that I didn't want a planned C-section, I wanted a natural birth in the birthing centre. And that was just the thing, that was what I wanted to do. So they've booked us in, sorry, the cat's under my chair and it's really winding me up. Yeah, so they've booked me in for a birth options clinic on Tuesday, which I am absolutely taking Nathan to. And it's basically an appointment where they throw loads of like information and stats at me in a hope that I'm gonna change my mind, and I have a chance to kind of express to them just how much this isn't going to happen. I will put out there, like at my hospital, the midwives and the consultants, like the whole midwifery team and the maternity team, they are incredible. Like, it's not like I kind of felt like I had no choice. They are absolutely amazing. But it's just, it kind of, I don't know, I wasn't expecting it. It feels like a bit of an uphill battle that I've got ahead. But I've got Nathan with me. It's nothing that we didn't have to deal with before. It was just a lot. So for those of you that follow me on my social media, that will be why I was on a proper downer on Thursday. For obvious reasons, I didn't kind of vlog as soon as I got home or after I left the hospital, because I kind of just needed time to kind of talk to my mum and talk to Nathan and process it in my own brain before I kind of put it onto videos. So now you guys are all up to date with me, and we will let you know what happens on Thursday when we go for our birth options clinic. Like, at the end of the day, you know, they will end up supporting my choice. Whether they like it or not. Like, they're really good at our hospital. Like, they don't have to like it, but they will end up supporting my choice, regardless of what it is and regardless of how much they disagree with it. So, you know, at the end of the day, it will be fine, but it's just kind of like a very stressful situation to kind of just be told, oh, you know, you're having a planned C-section. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm really not. So yeah, so that's where we are right now. That was how the appointment went on Thursday. I'm not gonna lie, I've lost a lot of sleep over it. I'm still not thrilled about it. Like, it's now Saturday. I'm still not thrilled about it. I'm still a little bit kind of raw, but at the end of the day, like, I've spoken to Nathan about it and we're a pretty strong unit, so we'll go into it as a team and he can say all the things and articulate the things that I know I want to say but can't get out, because he's better at that than me. But yeah, anyway, that's where we are. So it's just a little update for you at the moment. My next video is going to be a lot more entertaining than this, I promise. But I just wanted to kind of let you guys know, because I said from the beginning that you guys will be following this pregnancy with me right up until like when we've had the baby, the good and the bad. So, you know, here it is. Not necessarily the best news, but I'm hoping that the update on Tuesday will be a lot better. But yeah, anyway, for now, ladies and gents, thank you so much for joining me on another update in my pandemic pregnancy, and keep your fingers crossed for me. Please do drop me a comment down below and come and see me on my socials, because at the minute I could really do with as much extra support as I can get, and it would mean the absolute world to me. Even if you just have a funny joke that you want to share with me, that would be lovely. So yeah, come and see me, drop a comment below. Also, I'll let you guys know again, YouTube's changed the algorithm again, so please make sure that you are tapping the like button, hitting the subscribe button and smashing the bell icon so you are notified as soon as I post new content. Please do hit that bell icon and make sure your notifications are turned on as well. Otherwise, YouTube's just not going to let you know that I've posted a video, which is helpful. So yeah, it comes down to me to remind you guys to do that. But yeah, I will see you very soon with another episode of Scam or Glam, and Nathan's going to join me next week for an episode of To Eat or Not To Eat, because it's been way too damn long and I want to eat some funky food again. It's just a thing. So you guys are going to love this one anyway. I'm really looking forward to it. But until then, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. I love you very much. Bye, guys.